Welcome to Paralytic Activities Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things creepy, kooky, weird and spooky, all done with an ale or two.
Thank you, Nicholas Stepani. Be good to meet back up with that, Nick, wouldn't he? You know,
I know it would.
have a beer and that, have a chat about all things spooky and kooky.
I remember one time when we were last on the show, we were supposed to meet up with Nick John.
Yeah, but
Well, that went up the cat box need.
Anyway, welcome to Paralytic Activities Podcast. Neil, episode 14.
14, John.
14. Tonight, we're going to start the episode with that paranormal ale, as per normal. The Riddler has another cryptid in the cryptid factor. We also have a new audio from the Yorkshire Exorcist. Orange has another tale in Orange Spills the Juice. And we discuss some of our best paranormal evidence so far, Neil. And we're going to start this week with Lilleshall Abbey, which was one of our first ever kind of paralytic activities outings. And then we're going to finish with my favourite section, Flick the Screen and Evil Dead in a Nutshell. So, Neil, let's get on with the episode, pal.
Yes.
Paranormal Ale time.
Let's go.
Neil, what have we got tonight for our paranormal ale?
I'll tell you what, John. This is the new Guinness.
Yeah.
There's a new stout in town, Johnny boy. And it is by Brewdog. And it's called Brewdog Black Art. And it's chocolate and extra dark crystal malt gives layers of roasted, toasted coffee.
Yummy.
Cocoa with a hint of caramel, John.
Nice.
And it's 4.1%. And people are saying this is actually better than Guinness.
Oh, well, we'll see, Neil.
Listen to the noise.
Check that out. Neil, pour it. Well, it sounds fantastic to me.
John, you know something? I think I'd drink this warm.
Would you?
I would. Look at it.
Do you know what? A lot of people do drink like Guinness warm, don't they? Especially in
I'll tell you
Jamaica
what.
and places like that.
I have tried this before. I'm not going to lie. We had some the other week, and I was like, Jesus, that is really good
It is.
drink.
It's tasty. Do you know what? I can imagine sitting around a nice open fire, Neil,
It's really nice.
in an old
Yeah.
15th or 14th or 16th century pub, talking all things spooky and kooky.
Yeah.
And I'd be over the moon with that, Neil.
You know what?
Maybe a couple of Scotch eggs.
Brewdog, are they American or English or what?
They're from Scotland, I think, Neil.
Are they?
Yeah, they're from Scotland.
Because, you know, they're going about Guinness and Ireland and all that.
Yeah.
This, to me, is as good as Guinness, if not better, John.
It's not bad, Neil. It's not bad. I do like it.
It's thick, but it's not as thick as Guinness. But it is really, really nice. If you had this on the ball, John,
Yeah.
it would be a game changer.
I like a bit of blackcurrant in mine now. I don't know that I'd take it in that.
It's only 4.1%.
Neil, give us a rating on the odd ale scale, pal.
Now, I'm going to give you a rating on the old stout ale scale, John.
Okay.
And I'm going to give this a 4.9 out of 5.
Really?
I really am, because it's something new. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's something new on the block. It's the new tin on the block.
New tins on the block.
New tins on the block. Yeah. And I'll tell you what.
Do you know what, Neil? It tastes a mixture of Guinness and Mackesons to me.
Yeah.
So maybe a bit of Vimto would not go amiss, or a bit of blackcurrant.
Recommend this, I'm telling you now.
Yeah, recommend it, Neil. Neil, what have you been up to?
You know what I've been up to, Johnny boy?
Well, I do. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot, John. I mean, you know, I've been going out and that, like, you know, having a few beers down Cafe of the Metro.
Yeah.
Vinyl night it was, John.
Nice.
It was vinyl night.
We love Cafe Metro, don't we, Neil?
Yeah, we do. It's the beers in there are so good. Right?
It ain't just the beers, Neil. It's the ambience and the friendliness of some of the people. You just sit there, eat cheese and onion cobs, have some cracking beers, some cracking music now and again with some great company.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So you go up to the bar and Stella attacks you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, attacks you.
Well, attacks me anyway. Yeah. But, the beers are that good. By the end of the night, everybody's laughing, not angry,
Yeah.
laughing, joking, singing to the music in the background, and having a good old bloody laugh.
Because that's what it's all
And
about.
that's what we did Saturday night, John.
But mainly, there's no dickheads,
Yeah.
which is always a bonus in my book.
Everybody speaks to you. How you doing, mate? You all right? Yeah, so, such good. They had bands on as well in there, John.
Okay, Neil, it could go on for a full episode, a full podcast of talking about Cafe Metro. So I have to cut him down because he will go on and on and on and on and on, a bit like the Duracell bunny. But Neil, we need to go on with the comments from episode 13.
Did we have any good, John?
Devil, have a good time.
I thought it was a great episode, really did, and I don't think we get enough appreciation for it, John. I'll be honest.
It doesn't matter, Neil.
It
doesn't matter, Neil. At the end of the day,
because me, John.
Like I said to you, we enjoy doing these podcasts. It gets us out the house, even though I'm actually in the garden. But you know, we enjoy doing it. We like having a bit of comedy. If people want to watch it and have a laugh, brilliant. If 5 people love it, we're over the moon. If 100 people like it, about the same, eh?
Yeah.
But Neil, Martin Lever, our good old friend,
Martin Lever,
the Warsaw Mothman.
Oh man, the litter picker.
The litter picker.
I tell you what, not just a litter picker, he's an hero litter picker.
He's
With
a
all
legend.
his gang, all the rest of them.
Yeah.
See him walking around the streets, picking up the crap
From all the other selfish bastards.
from in window and
Yeah.
what have you. And these people come and rescue Warsaw, basically.
Rescue Warsaw.
They do, John.
Anyway, Neil, he's put, glad you had a great holiday and love the live, not so paranormal ale review from Florida. Remember that, Neil? We done it outside the Southern Breeze, didn't we? And he put ROFLMFAO. God knows what that means. Laugh my fucking arse off at Luke's Yorkshire accent. The Daft Airbird. That was from the Yorkshire Exorcist from the last episode, Neil.
Why don't you like my review?
He did.
He said he don't like my review from the.
He loved the live review. You're not listening to me. He loved it. He loved it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, cheers, Martin.
Mark Boner, Mr. Dead Cold himself, our good friend. Ha ha ha. It's like a possessed version of Bo Selector. Again, going on about Luke's interpretation of the Yorkshire Exorcist. If you haven't checked it out, check it out on episode 13. Devil love a good time.
I must admit, Luke deserves his praise, mate.
He does. Hayley Summergill, Neil, our good friend.
Yes.
So many one-liners in this one. I want to use your mother cook socks, but just now I will get it wrong. Again, the Yorkshire Exorcist. Your mother cooks socks in hell.
So what would you actually say then, Hayley?
Well, this is it. This is it. A newbie do. I want to be like you.
I want to walk like you, talk like you,
So good to have you back, because you crack me right up. Couple of questions for the pod, if you don't mind. Would you sleep in the same room as the Annabelle doll, Neil?
Any woman in my room, welcome.
It's been a while, people. It's been a while. So anybody with a girl's name, probably yes for Neil. Probably yes.
Oh,
but me,
100%.
I'd have one eye open. I can tell you that. Not that eye, Neil.
I'd have 3 eyes open.
And she also wants to know, but yes, more than likely, I would sleep in the same room as the Annabelle doll, as long as the little bitch is locked up in that glass case. You know what I mean? And she wants to know, what's the best scare maze you've been to?
This year?
Just in general, Neil.
I'm not being biased.
That's who it is, because she got more names than the bloody devil already.
I really enjoyed the ones last year through the cornfields and all that. It was really good. But as for scare-wise, I thought the one in my daughter's doing at the scare maze in Birchwood was fantastic. Really did. I enjoyed that.
It was good, but it was scary, Neil. None of them are really scary.
Wouldn't scared me, John.
Anything scares you.
I don't think so.
It does. But me personally, I think some of the ones at the Horror Nights, the last time I went, the Shining House was absolutely amazing. But again, didn't scare me. But I did get a bit scared, Neil, when we was being chased through that corn maze last year with them hillbillies at Creed's farm with them chainsaws and that.
I remember that. That bothered me, John. No scare, mate. Don't scare.
No,
me
it
at all.
didn't bother me. It's the fact that I had to run. That's what scared
What did
me.
you run for, John?
Because I was being chased by some nutter. He said, I'll give you a 5-minute head start. I'm going to stab you through the neck.
John, it's against the law.
I know it's against the law, Neil, but it was it was the running what scared me, Neil.
Oh.
It's the running. So yeah, so there's some comments from that last week's episode. The devil of a good time. Neil, we need to start tonight's podcast. That's what we need to do, and we're gonna do something new, Neil. Something we ain't done.
Am I?
Yeah.
And what's that then, Johnny boy?
We are going to discuss some of our best paranormal evidence and a little kind of like a new slot for the podcast, Neil. And we're going to start with a little place called Lilleshall Abbey, Neil. That's what we're going to start with.
I remember that day, John.
Well, we're going to go on to it right now. Lilleshall Abbey, it was an Augustinian abbey in Shropshire, England. It was founded between 1145 and 1148. And that's not the time, by the way. That's not like 12 minutes to 12. Now, that was the year. And it suffered from chronic financial difficulties and narrowly escaped the dissolution of the lesser monasteries in 1536 before going into voluntary dissolution in 1538. So that's when it kind of like, you know what, everybody buggered off and was left to rot, basically. Left to rot. And you know what, Neil? Sum up Lilleshall Abbey. What does it look like? How it still looks like to this day?
It still looks brand new, John.
Well, you take on a roof on it, Neil, or any windows.
It just looks bloody amazing. It's massive. Right, it's got that many different apartments in it, John, all the rooms and all that.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal thing. What I don't know if you can still do it, but you used to have a staircase. I can walk right to the top, and you actually look over the abbey like a bird's eye view of it.
Yeah, that's still there. And then we went up it.
I know, but I don't know if you can go up the stairs
crow's
anymore.
nest. You can.
Somebody told me it's closed off. But I'll tell you what.
I hope not. That was my favourite part.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been told. Somebody said it's closed off. You can't go up there.
Yeah.
But
maybe, I don't know.
Looking over it, it's just a great piece of history for me, especially in this country.
And it's in a lovely country setting.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Even though there's a farmer next door in his farm and his bastard dogs howling at you, which that's probably more scary than the place itself.
Yeah, it is.
But Neil, Lilleshall Abbey ghosts. There is supposed to be a spirit of a man dressed in a black robe with no hood, and the eyewitness said he was monk-like. He walked past him, smiled, and disappeared into one of the dark corridors. Now, chanting is also regularly heard at the dead of night, Neil.
You know what? What we witnessed, John, I can believe that.
Well, I'd love to listen to that chanting. I would. But yeah, you're there in the still of darkness. There's not a peep. Even the crickets have gone to bed.
Yeah.
And you just hear these, like, the sounds of monks chanting from way yonder in like the 1100s.
What would they be chanting, John?
Don't know. What do you reckon, Neil?
You've got no hair anymore. You've got no hair anymore.
Who ate all the pies? Who ate all the pies? Father Abraham, he ate all the pies. Not them kind of chants. Proper monk chanting, Neil. That's what it was. So anyway, we decided we was going to go there. There was me, the Orange, the Riddler, and the Blaster. And it was December the 1st, 2019. 7 p.m. arrival. It was pitch black. And it felt weird from the off. As soon as we got to that gate where the English Heritage had put a sign up saying Lilleshall Abbey and tells you all about it and where you are and this and the other. It just felt weird as soon as we got there, don't you think?
It felt like somebody was going, go on then, go in, usher us in, and by the end of the night, ushered us out. That's exactly how it felt like.
It was like a spirit monk had got one of them brooms off the curling, curled us in, and then curled us back out again.
Yeah.
But we set up, first of all, in the cloister of the ruin. We got out Old Faithful, which is the K2, And anything else, we had a night vision camera. Now, I just want to state, on this night, Neil had the bad flu. It might have been the corona. It might have had the Rona, for all we know, because he was rough as a badger's arse.
Corona, sure.
So anyway, we set up in the cloister. Straight away, asking a few questions, cracking a few gags while we were at Neil. Because that's the kind of the way we investigate. The K2 was lighting up by like the Blackpool illuminations. It was going bloody crazy. Then we think, this is great. We're in for a great night tonight. Then all of a sudden, in the darkness, I kid you not, Dick Splat here to my right, he'd left his phone on. So we had a rave tune blasting through the Abbey, going off mid call-out session. Neil, what was you thinking? The first rule of Fight Club, the first rule of Paranormal Club is you turn your phone off or put it in flight mode.
John, I just totally forgot. I did say to all my chicks, don't phone me in the next few hours.
I think your brother phoned you now.
And he happened to phone me. John, I bet all the monks. I bet all the monks.
Yeah,
yeah. That one K2, there was a glow stick in the corner. That was.
So that was the K2 debunked straight away. So we made sure, moving forward, aeroplane mode was activated, initiated. All of us made sure everybody's phone was anyway, apart from good old Orange here. So we moved to another paranormal hotspot in the Abbey, where there's a metal gate, and there used to be some stairs. But obviously they're not there anymore. But the metal gate there, because it was blocked up, because obviously people was trying to get up there, and it's a bit dangerous. So we set up Old Faithful, the old K2, and nothing was happening. And then we just done a normal call-out session, calling out to the energies and the spirits of Lilleshall Abbey. All of a sudden, the K2 again began going crazy. All our phones were off, like I said, and it was giving us intelligent answers. We were saying, can you go to red if you like? I mean, because it was our first paralytic activities outing, and the monks at this particular abbey used to do their own beer. They had their own place in the abbey where they used to make their own beer and brew it. So we was asking questions like, do you like wine? Take it to yellow. Do you like beer? Take it to red. And all of a sudden, brrr, straight up to red, and like answers like that was like going to the colours rooms, telling it to go. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then we said, do you know what? Now we need to keep the bloody noise down because we don't want to wake the dogs. Remember, all of a sudden, all these dogs started howling, didn't they? And they ain't little dogs, Neil. They're like the end of the Baskervilles. Do you know what I mean? And the last thing I want is be dragged across a field, a damp field, by my ankles by some hellhounds. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you.
So anyway, we thought we'd move on and go a bit further away from where the farm is. So we found these stairs, like Neil was saying earlier on, where you can go up the stairs and you can go to a lookout, like a crow's nest, so you can look out over the whole abbey and all the fields. But one thing we spotted is on one of the bricks leading up, someone had chiseled out in the brick in 1858, was it, Neil? Something like that?
I can't remember the date.
John Smith, which obviously my name is John Smith. We thought that was we thought that was really good, didn't we? You know, it was like inviting us in, Neil. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got to the top of the stairs. Again, the K2 was spiking. It was going off constantly, wouldn't stop. Make sure that no one had the phones on. That was a must. But we was there talking for ages, and we asked a question like, Neil goes, "Can you hurry up and show yourself, or can you walk up the stairs?"
I said, "Can you hurry up? Because I've got to be up in the morning."
Yeah, I was saying, "Can you come up the stairs?"
Yeah.
And you says, "Yeah, can you hurry up? Because I've got to be up in the morning." And what did we hear, Neil? And we caught it on tape as well.
It was like a laugh, Arnie.
Yeah.
It was like a background laugh, like somebody just. I can't explain it, John. It wasn't one of us, else it'd come out a lot clearer. It was like it was in the background.
Yeah, it sounded kind of far away, but enough to hear it. We didn't hear it at the time. Obviously, we only caught it on the voice recorder. And do you know what? It sounded like the way Sid James laughs.
Yeah.
Yak, 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 yak. You know, because we was cracking gags. So maybe the spirit that kind of we thought followed us from the metal gate up the stairs, maybe he was there listening to some of the gags was coming out with. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
You never know.
Even the spirits find me funny, John.
I know, yeah. So again, we was like, are we being followed here? I mean, we did keep saying, I keep thinking there's a shadow person over there. We felt like it was being watched all the time, you know. So I'm thinking, do you know what? This is amazing.
Yeah.
We as it went on, we started to kind of, we was lost for words, weren't we?
Yeah.
We was like getting a bit kind of anxious and what have you. So I thought we're gonna wrap this up and we're gonna hit the road and we're gonna get to a pub and talk about what we kind of witnessed, like, you know what I mean? So we went back to the cloister and I set up an S box from Ghost Stop, which is a spirit box basically. It's a radio frequency scanner, so it just goes through the channels of the radio at a pace really, and I put the K2 up against the wall next to it. It wasn't moving. Nothing was happening. So it wasn't being affected by the S-Box at all. And just let it run for a bit that way. And we just carried on talking, cracking gags. And we started asking a few questions here and there. You know, asking, you know, you're following us around. Can you come and communicate through the S-Box, as it were? And I said, well, let me just remember what I did say. I asked the energy, what we thought may be around us. Right, this is your last chance because we've got to bugger off, and Neil needs his bloody beauty sleep. This is your last chance. Any last words? And what did we get, Neil? What did we get?
Well, you tell me what we got, John.
No, I need you to tell me because I'm going to set it up right now.
It was like this Glaswegian voice, and it warned none of us. We didn't even hear it at the time, did we? We didn't hear it until Nigel, who edits our videos.
Yeah, we didn't even know it was even there.
We didn't even know nothing about it. And then when we've gone, what the was that? And at the time we never heard it as we was in the Abbey, but we got it on when we were looking back at the video, like.
Yeah, so we got a voice that was just scanning through the stations, and then all of a sudden, when I says any last words, a Scottish voice says, "Nobody takes care of us." And at the same time, the K2 spikes fully. Yeah. And I'm just going to play it right now because I have got it. Let's see if it works. Turn your volume up. Wrap the session up. Any last words? Speak now. So there you go.
Personally, on a personal note, John.
Yeah.
I think that is pretty fucking.
We have never had anything so clear as that.
No.
And it was. You could say that it was actual answer to the question I just asked. Any last words? And it's like no one takes care of us.
Yeah.
And it was clear as day. And hopefully you did hear the audio then. I really do. If not, go and check out the full YouTube video, Lilleshall Abbey 2019. Absolutely fantastic.
I must have had a shiver at my spine when I first heard that.
I know. We didn't hear it at the time. We didn't even.
No.
But it's the fact, Neil, that it's the fact that at the same time the K2 spikes fully.
Yeah, it did. And that's just, anybody want to tell us anything different, let us know. But we're pretty happy with it, have we, John?
Well, do you know what, Neil? To me personally, I put that down as I'm going to sit on the fence. Being it's an S box or a spirit box, it could possibly be interference. But to have something as clear as that in a Scottish voice, you never hear that kind of thing on the radio, Neil. No, you wouldn't. You never hear that on the radio.
No.
So why did it say them words? No one takes care of us. Why was it so clear in kind of a Scottish accent where there was no interference from any of the stations? And why did the K2 spike exactly at that precise moment? To me, I'm putting that down to, I reckon that was 80% our first paranormal hit.
I reckon so as well, because that's how good the night had been.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was just an icing on the cake.
It was. And it again, as we was leaving, we kept looking behind us thinking, is anybody behind us? Is
Yeah,
anybody
it's
following us?
weird. So weird.
And me, Luke, Blaster and Neil got in the car. As we was driving off, not one of us said a word. And all of a sudden I broke the ice and said, what the fuck has just gone on? Because we was that dumbfounded. You know, I'd been on a lot of paranormal events and a lot of paranormal places. Been at least 20 or 30 by that time. And I've never witnessed anything like that or felt like we was being watched and walked around like we did at Lilleshall Abbey in 2019.
And I think we've been there another twice, John.
Well, this is it.
And nothing happened. Nothing at all.
Yeah, nothing at
We're
all.
doing exactly the same thing with the case. Everything and nothing happened. Nothing.
Not a thing, not a peep, nothing. So that validates it more. The fact that everything was going off, the K2 was going off, voices were heard, we felt like being watched. On the first time we went, the second and the third time, zilch, nothing. The third time we went with Mr. Dead Cold, Neil.
Yeah.
And even he said it's an amazing place, but again, nothing happened. But the second time we went, Neil, I just want to remind you, remember we had the video camera pairing away. We had a spirit box set up. We had the K2 set up. We had a motion sensor set up. And what did we see coming down the path? Tractors.
Yeah, tractors.
Tractors. There's farmers coming down the path. Well, I thought there's had like a flaming pitchforks and torches and stuff. There was going to like
lynch us.
Yeah, lynch us and that. But we just stood there, still not moving, like statues. You know, like you would if the T-Rex come around the corner. And you know what? They went straight past us and never even noticed we was even there.
And when we was leaving, this couple turned up there, the John.
They did, Neil.
We just midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just going to have a look round the Abbey. Yeah, whatever. Jesus Christ almighty. The shortest skirt on you could ever wish for.
Yeah, there's going to be some chanting going on that night. I can tell you that.
I bet you there was no no's. It was all yes on the old spirit board, Johnny boy.
We should have left the camera set up.
I know what.
Do you know what I mean?
He's a peeping Tom.
Anyway, so that was kind of one of our first and one of our best paranormal evidences since we've been doing paralytic activities. Next week, Neil, we're going to tell you all about the terrifying night at Grace Jew Priory in Colville, Neil.
Yes.
But now, Neil, it is time for the cryptid factor. Now, Luke had a week off last week. He was obtaining some rare audio from the Yorkshire Exorcist, which unfortunately he hasn't got one this week. But he has got us a new audio for the cryptid factor. And this week he's talking about mermaids, Neil. Mermaids. You know, our cryptid expert, Luke the Riddler Walker, gives us his opinion on mermaids. Luke, take it away, pal.
All right, me mons. Welcome back to the Cryptid Factor. As always, strap in, or in this case, all aboard, because we're off for another paddle to meet mermaids, not mermons. Nobody cares about a bloke with a fish stick. Now, we all know what a mermaid is, don't we? Top half's a woman, bottom half's a fish, which leads me to a question. If you was to eat a mermaid, would the top half taste like fish? Their mermaids have been in tales from the sea for centuries, ain't they? But not all of them are a beautiful woman with massive tatties, covered with seashells. How did they get them to stick on them shells? Anyway, not all of them are beautiful. Some say that once they've lured you in with their beautiful singing voice, they drag you down into the depths to drown you and eat you. Imagine that. Lonely pirate think he's going to get a bit of aquatic poontang, only to be drowned and devoured by a rank-looking scaly monster. Brilliant. Anyway, after some research, I've discovered no mention of a crab with a Jamaican accent, and I am fuming, to say the least. Now, are mermaids real? Is it all made up and just a load of codswallop? I honestly don't know. But what do y'all think? Let us know. Ta-ra, me mons.
So there you go. There's the Riddler, our cryptid expert, opinion on mermaids. Neil, what's your opinion on mermaids?
I think it's just a made up make believe thing.
Is it though, Neil?
I don't know. Mind you, after seeing Splash, you know what I mean? Daryl Hannah.
Yeah.
All them years ago, John. I had some time watching that
I
one.
bet you did.
Tell you more, mate. I hope it's real. I'd love to catch a mermaid, you know what I mean?
I heard some kind of flapping in from your bedroom when you was watching it, Neil.
What?
Some flapping.
Flapping?
Yeah. Like he's playing drums on the water.
I don't think so, mate.
But like you say, mermaids, are they real? I don't know. Do they exist? I don't know. But if you look at the old pirate lore and shipping lore and all that kind of it, and boats and all that, mermaids are always prevalent.
What do you mean?
They're always there in some kind of scripture. So maybe back in the day, I mean, come on, dinosaurs exist now. Why couldn't some big kind of a Jurassic fish who had half turned into a bird or a woman and kind of stopped and just went for a swim and forgot that she was evolving?
I don't know, John, because the salt water on your hair and your nails, you know what women are like, John.
They love it, Neil. They'll all have blonde hair like you. Actually, Neil, you sure you are a merman? With your sun-kissed hair.
I really don't know.
And I have saw you flapping around in the water.
What's it supposed to mean, John?
You swim like a brick, don't you?
Oh, I'm a good swimmer, mate. Tell you what, I'm not the Adrian Morehouse of Walsall, I am.
More like Eric the Eel.
Eric the Eel. Oh. No, man, I ain't a bad swimmer, to be honest.
Anyway, on that little bombshell right there, we're going to take a little break, Neil. Because,
way.
Yeah, we need to top up the old beers to move on to the next couple of sections.
Yeah.
So, people, just enjoy this little bit of Carp DM, and we'll catch you lot in a little bit. Carp DM always takes its time, don't it, Neil? Just
I don't know why. It's got like an echo, eh?
Yeah, a stutter.
Yeah. Oh God, John, can't wait for this weekend. Last weekend was pretty entertaining, to be honest.
What you doing?
I pulled a bear last week, John.
Did you?
I think it's a tattoo, you say. I think it's making me look a bit more masculine. Do you know what I mean?
You look like you got scales there. You sure you ain't a merman?
No. And she was the best looking, you know what I mean? She had, she had a bit of a wonky eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember she was looking at me, I'll see if the bus was coming, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, you can't make a Scorpio choose.
So you met her at the bus stop?
No. I was in a bar, like.
Oh, yeah.
Our eyes met at the ballroom with the spoons. And we had a great night until the gin kicked in, John. She started to get a bit rowdy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Which
put me off.
Yeah.
So I messaged her the next day. I said, this is never going to work out. We're never going to see eye to eye, you know what I mean? But, yeah, she was a lovely wench. You know. When we got back to the house, you know what I mean? Took her eye out and put it in the pickled onion jar on the side. It just put me off a bit.
Oh, no, you always need to have a snack day after you had some sex. After you had sex day, you need a snack day. Some people like to fag up. Some people have a sausage roll or like yourself, a pickled egg.
Pickled eyeball.
Anyway, Neil, we need to get back to the old get back to the old podcast.
No.
And we're back. I'm glad you enjoyed that little intro of Carp DM there. Put you in a nice chilled out mood and put you in a good mood because now, people, it is time for Orange Spills the Juice. Now, we all know that our good friend Orange here is the most unluckiest, clumsiest person on the planet, and some of the things he got up to through the years, you have to be there to believe them. So, Neil, what have we got today?
Well, I'm going to tell another true story about when me and Whack the Hat and McVitie went fishing at the top of the street on Pleck Canal.
You mean Whack the Hat or Jack the Hat?
No, Whack.
Whacker.
Scott Walker.
Okay.
Scott Whacker Walker. We used to go fishing on the top of the street. Anyway, then one day, went fishing. Scott's already up there. I'm there, go down the bunk. And I thought, oh, there's some nice weeds there. I'll try it. Like, so cast it in. I caught the bottom of the bloody canal, John. Thought it's like I've got a whale on the end of it, not a whale, a whale.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, Scott's laughing his head off. And as I reeled it in, there was a trainer on the end of my hook, John. And it was a troop trainer.
Troop?
You don't remember troop trainers from the 80s, John?
I don't know now.
Google it.
I'm gonna.
A troop trainer was the bollocks in them days, right? It was like, I think it was like a basketball trainer with a pump-up tongue.
I think I had some. But I had the Reebok one, Reebok pumps I had.
Had tongue still pumped up, you want about? We can't get your words out.
It's like Jamie Oliver.
I know. And anyway, Pet Canal, it's full of shopping trolleys, John. It's full of pensioners' scooters.
And there's no food in the trolleys either.
Nan bread floating on the top of it, And all sorts of that. And
lily pads.
Yeah, lily pads. So I've reeled in, and there's a trainer on there, and Scott's laughing his head off. For God's sake,
which
man.
was strange for Scott because he had no teeth.
Well, he's still laughing his head off, John.
A bit like Shane McGowan.
Yeah.
Sorry, Scott.
No, joking, Scott. And as I put the trainer on the side, I've heard Scott say, "What's that?" So as we've looked in the trainer, which was a bit, revolting anyway, John.
Can you imagine?
There was all I can describe is a human bone, John.
Yeah. Like
a foot bone.
How do you know it was human?
I don't know. But it looked like it had been, it was a size 9.
I think you say it could have toes. Toes, a big toe, and an ankle.
John, the toes were painted red. The toenails were still painted.
Must have been a prostitute then.
I know, yeah, I know.
Bless her. Rest in peace.
Troop in the colours. And Scott's gone, damn, that looks like a foot bone. And I've gone, oh my God, I've just, I've nearly collapsed in shock. And you know what he did? He cut it off, John, and threw the trainer back into the mix, into the canal.
Neil, that could have been like evidence of a murder.
Evidence. So I'm there because I'm a warrior, John. I'll panic. I can't get this out of my head.
Is that what they used to call the ultimate warrior?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I like my courage, though. I said I'd come with a ultimate warrior. Right. And what happened, right? He cut it off and threw it in. I went, what on earth did you do that for? That is evidence. That could be somebody. And it was right by a bridge as well. So if somebody throws themselves off the bridge out time, obviously your bone's going to rot. I don't know what happens. But
now, your bones don't rot, Neil. Your skin rots.
Yeah.
That's why there was a bone in the trainer.
Yeah. Right.
Inspector Frost here. Quincy.
All right, John. This is serious matter. Anyway, I went home and I thought I'll go to the quiz. I'll go to the quiz at the George. There was me, I think, our Pat, and I don't know if it was Mickey Harris, I don't remember. And we called ourselves Footloose. I told them about what happened. Yeah. Anyway, next day, I had no sleep all night. I'm thinking to myself, overthinking things like I do.
Did you have a Kevin Bacon sandwich for your breakfast?
So, I went to work the next day, and I'm all pale, John.
You've always been pale, Neil.
What do you mean?
You've always been pale?
John, I had bags under my eyes. I had no bloody sleep. 2 goldfish in them. Right. And the gaffer goes to me, what's the matter, Neil? I said, you won't believe what happened. I caught a foot in a train last night. And it was, John, it was a foot. A real foot. And I'm thinking it could be somebody else's family,
Yeah.
And he said, you better phone the police. So I found the police, and I said, I don't finish work till 2. And the police come. These 2 lovely birds, John.
Yeah.
They had fishnets on. It was beautiful, these 2 coppers. And there was, I've added that bit on, but there was 2 really good-looking birds, And they says, right, then what happened to them? I said, come and show us where it is, like. So I went up the canal, showed them where it was and that, And that was it. It was in a paper the next day. Fisherman in football on the front page of the Express and Star.
Did you save it?
No, I threw it back in.
Now the cutting, the newspaper cutting.
No.
That was your claim to fame. That was, Neil.
I know.
Was there a picture of you?
No, it was just fisherman in football. And and that's about it, really. But probably it's obviously still in there, like But all I caught today was an ear and a soul.
Yeah.
And that's it, really. But it's it's heartbreaking. It plays on my mind, John.
Still,
Might have to have counselling.
It's the first time you've mentioned that in 30 years.
No, it's a true story. Yeah.
Yeah.
True story.
I remember it happening. Remember it at him. He called me the dog and bone. Told me all about it.
I did.
Anyway, Neil, do you fancy a milkshake?
John, I love my milkshakes.
Yeah.
I love milkshake more than Kelly's.
Let's hope you don't bring all the boys to the yard. Neil, get your lips around this. Enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you might. Neil, it's time for Flick the Screen, Neil. My favourite section of the show, because I love my horror films. I love movies in general, to be fair, but I love my horror films. And we're going to go into Evil Dead in a nutshell, Neil.
Okay.
But first, it's guess the horror shit title, Neil.
Go on then.
I love my horror films, like I just said, and Neil, he doesn't watch that many films. He never has.
John.
He never has done.
Oh, why?
And-
Netflix has been cut off.
Yeah, you can pay the bloody bill, then you're tight.
It's
Get.
your bill.
That was it. So guess the horror movie shit title. This movie, I can guarantee Neil has never watched, so he knows nothing about it. So I'm just going to tell him what it's called, and Neil, you're going to tell me what it's about.
Go on then.
The film tonight, people, is called C.H.U.D. or Chud. It's a 1984 sci-fi horror. Neil, what's it about?
Should I know about it? What? I don't get it. Chud.
It's called Chud.
It's
Neil.
obviously Chud stands for something, John.
Yeah. What's it about? Chud.
I don't know. Chud.
Just get something off the top of your head. You're good at ab-libbing.
I know that, but I don't know. Chud. It sounds like a fish. You get a lot of fish tonight, John.
I know, yeah.
You got the mermaids. You got more story now. You got this Chud.
Fergal Sharkey was in it now.
Was he?
Yeah. I should have known better. Oh, no, that wasn't Fergal.
Sharky.
No,
It's another fish.
it was Neil Diamond, Rory.
I did.
Neil Diamond Perch. Chud, Neil, what's it about?
Chud.
It's about fish. You're saying it's about fish because you
It's
ate.
about fish.
No, Neil. It's not about fish.
Chud. If I knew what Chud stands for, I'll probably have a bit of more.
Okay,
clue.
I will tell you what Chud stands for. It stands for Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers.
Right.
What's it about?
Obviously, it's about cannibals
Correct.
that live underground.
Correct.
And the humanoids.
Yeah, you get in there.
And dweller. Who?
Tell me more. Yeah. Now, Neil, the storyline goes like this. A rash of bizarre murders in New York City seem to point to a group of grotesquely deformed vagrants, hobos, tramps. Yeah.
Still there now, are they?
Yeah. Deformed vagrants living in the sewers. A courageous policeman, a photojournalist, and his girlfriend, and a nutty bum. A bum, Neil, a hobo.
A nutty bum.
Yeah, so he knows because he's been down the sewers, so he knows these humanoids are there. Yeah. So the nutty bum, he knows a lot about the creatures, and they all band together to try and determine what the creatures are and how to stop them. That is it, Neil. That is Chud. So these deformed, cannibalistic hobos or tramps live down the sewers and then pop up at the sewers now and again just to, have something to eat. basically. So if you're unlucky, walking past a manhole, when the chuds come out, they might take a bite at your leg or something, or leave a bone in a trainer.
Is this where I got the idea from the Ninja Turtles, or what?
What's with Splinter?
Yeah, then come out the sewers, then pop off the pizza.
Yeah, but they wasn't grotesquely cannibalistic humanoids, Neil. That was
They were
turtles.
reptiles, John.
There was turtles, Neil,
Yeah.
in a half shell.
Mind you, I've seen many turtles' heads coming out of the sewer.
Neil, it was one of John Goodman's first movies, and he plays a cop. And there is also, it was that popular in the 80s, Neil, that there's a Chud too, and it's called Bud the Chud.
For God's sake. Is that John Gorman who played Fred Flintstone?
Yes, Neil, it is. And he also played, he was in other films.
Roseanne.
Yes. Well done.
See,
Yes.
so I don't watch nothing. I know this shit. I know.
And he does a really good range of electrical software.
Is he?
Yeah.
Goodman.
Goodman
Oh, yeah.
Goodman TVs, radios, vacuum cleaners, stuff like that, straighteners, vibrators, everything.
Goodman's vibrator.
Well, you need a good man, don't you?
A good man's what?
On that bombshell, people.
Mm.
Neil, like Luke says, strap in, because we are going into the 1981 Sam Raimi horror classic, The Evil Dead in a Nutshell. 5 friends travel to a remote cabin in the woods where they play a tape with incantations. This releases the demons which possess them in succession until only one is left fighting for survival. Like I say, it was released in 1981 and there was a remake in 2013. It was banned in Finland, Ukraine and Singapore due to the high level of violence, blood, sex and gore.
Why?
Because it was 1981, Neil, you know, it was banned. It wasn't banned in the UK, but it was banned in Singapore and Ukraine and Finland.
It was Singapore.
It could have been. So, Neil, I'm just going to go straight in. So, like I say, strap in. Evil Dead in a nutshell. Here we go. Ash, Linda, Cheryl, Scott, and Shelley go on vacation to an isolated cabin in rural Tennessee. All is going well until the only bridge leading them back to civilization collapses. Now, Cheryl, for some unknown reason, begins to frantically draw a big cock. No, sorry, frantically draw a big clock. I knew I'd get that wrong. And she also hears a demonic voice say, "Join us. Join us." And then she stops drawing the big cock, sorry, the clock, and draws a book with an evil face.
Yeah, let's go ahead on it.
The cellar trapdoor flies open on its own. So they all go down there to have a butcher's, as you do. Typical horror film, ain't Neil?
Honestly.
If it flies open on its own, the last thing you do you know what?
Let's go down there.
Let's get down there. So, yeah. So they all go down to have a butcher's. They find the Naturum Demento, the Book of the Dead, Neil. They find the Book of the Dead, along with a tape recorder. Now, old Scott, the donut, plays the tape of the incantations. Neil, are you ready for this? I'm going to say the incantations, and hopefully we won't get the demons to come.
That door flies open, John.
I apologise, anybody listening to this right now, and you do get possessed by demons. It's not my fault. It's not my fault, Neil. Anyway, Kunda, Astrata, Montose, Kanda. Now that resurrects a demon entity. Cheryl panics and runs into the woods. She is attacked and buggered by a tree branch, of all things. She goes back to the cabin where she is possessed. "Why have you woken me from my ancient slumber?" As she levitates off the ground. Neil, they're always levitating, aren't they? These demons love to get a human being and make the bastards levitate all the time. Now she attacks Linda with a pencil. Scott, Bosher, dropkick Cheryl down the cellar. "Take that, bitch." Now Shelley gets possessed by the demon entity. Or a deadite, as she's now known. She attacks the rest of the friends, so Scott clotheslines her into the fireplace. Is she dead? I don't know. She gets up all fucked up, so old Scotty Tuotti chops her up into pieces with an axe, while Ash stands there and watches. Now, I'm just going to stop it there. Who is the hero of this film? Now, as far as I know, Ash is the hero of the film. Well, Ash has done shit all so far. Scotty Tuotti has been drop kicking and clotheslining demons left, right, and centre. Pull your finger out, Ash. So Scotty Tuotti says, "Fuck this! I'm doing all the work here," and does one out of the cabin. You remember Linda Neal?
Yeah.
Who had the pencil plunged into her ankle. Well, she now has lead poisoning. Now she don't. She's possessed now, Neil. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. Time to go to sleep. She sings to Ash.
That used to shit the life out of me.
It still shits me up, Neil, to be fair. Yeah, so she's singing this to Ash because Ash is now on his own. Cheryl's in the basement, in the cellar. Shelley's been chopped up. And Linda is now all fucked up, singing these stupid, daft, scary songs. So, we're gonna get you, she sings to Ash, who was banging her before she turned into a demon. Well, he bangs her again, Neil. He bangs a dagger right through her stomach. Have some of that, Linda. Now, Scott comes back all fucked up, saying the trees also bugging him and all. Now, Ash buries Linda in the dirt outside, but she reanimates, so he chops her head off with a shovel. Her bleeding, headless body lands on top of Ash, trying to get one last bang the dirty get.
What did you just have an head?
No, the head was someone else. It was a body.
Oh.
Give her head. I'll get it now. Now, Ash goes back into the cabin where he finds Cheryl has escaped the cellar. Shit! Now, Scotty Tuotti is also now a deadite. Shit! Ash kicks both their asses. Remember the Book of the Dead, Neil? Well, Ash picks it up and throws it in the fire. The deadites, Scotty Tuotti and Cheryl from the cellar, start to decompose, looking like a horror version of More from Take Heart. I was going to say Take That then. From Take melting, rotting plasticine everywhere, like a bad day at Wallace and Gromid's gaff. Now, Ash saves the day. Dawn breaks. Ash walks out of the cabin, thinking he survived, when an unseen, invisible demon moves through the forest, rushes through the cabin, and attacks Ash as he screams in terror. Ha 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 ha! Roll credits. That, my friends, is the 1981 Evil Dead in a nutshell, Neil. Have some of bloody that.
Tell you what, that used to shit the life out of me.
I remember going up to the video shop at the top of our street in the 80s, and I remember getting the Evil Dead, and I put it on, and the first opening scenes, I was petrified straight away, Neil, because you didn't know what this kind of entity was, because it was invisible. It was just following the car, and then they got up to the cabin, and then you saw the wooden chair just banging on the cabin constantly.
It's the one down
Gets
the cellar.
you straight away.
That cellar. It's horrible.
It is horrible, Neil, especially when you got mad Cheryl down there rotting away, trying to like steal your soul and stuff.
Yeah.
So there you go, Neil. Neil, episode 14 is DUN done. Now, if you've got this far, thanks a lot. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, send us some comments or ideas, questions, or even real ghost stories, and we'll tell them on the show. Orange, do you have any last words?
I'm lost for words, John. Tonight.
What was that then?
I don't know, John. I'm really, really, really down now.
Well, thanks for that. Sure you haven't got anything, Neil?
No,
Just a little tidbit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Neil.
Don't come that zippy bollocks for me, John.
Just a little bit. Have you got a little bit? Just to add to the end of the pod.
Right. I just want to say, anybody who's watched this, thank you very much.
Jerry Springbreast.
Anybody, Orange's last thoughts. Anybody who comments, thank you very much. We really, really, really appreciate it. We really do. But we want more people to get involved, don't we, John? That's what we want. That's what our aim is, to entertain. And, say you're jogging down the canal and you can listen to it and have a little laugh, and it gets you through your day, gets you through your jog or whatever you are. Cooking in the kitchen, it gets you through that. Just have a little laugh, because we are pretty funny. Yeah, it's a good podcast.
We have our moments, Neil. We have our moments. But it's like all the people who listen to it regularly, tell your friends. Get them to listen and pass it on and share it and share it. We want to get this podcast and grow. It's growing gradually, but quite slowly. But we're happy. We're happy the way it's going. Just we wanted to, get a bit of momentum.
Yeah. I mean, on our Facebook page, it's booming,
Booming.
780 got on there, John, and we have.
Neil, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So there you go. That was Orange's last words right there. So I just want to kind of finish the episode tonight. And so this goes out to all your ghost catchers, or you alien twitchers, your cryptid stalkers, and your horror junkies. Now, if you are out this weekend and you are going to investigate something paranormal, and you don't get any spirits, just do what we do, Neil. What do we do, pal? What do we do?
Well, John, I've got empty glasses. We've already drunk them instead.
No, you have. We drink them instead. We'll see you lot next week. Neil, should we play out some scary music?
And don't forget, Asda.